Hey everyone, welcome to another video. In this video I want to try out some new affordable makeup that I just got. Some of these are new to the market, some of these not so much. And I also want to chat a little bit with you about how being on YouTube actually has influenced the way I spend my money. So that's what we're gonna do today, and let's get into this video. So let me just quickly show you what I'm kind of planning on using. So I recently actually got this little eyeshadow palette by Colourpop when they had free shipping. This is such a random purchase actually. I hadn't planned on buying this one, but usually when I purchase a random Colourpop palette, I blame my sister because she orders Colourpop once in a while and then she swatches the palettes and I'm like, oh, maybe I should get that. So sometimes she gets something and then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get it. So I wasn't really interested in this at first, but I got kind of curious. I also got it on a bit of a deal, on a sale, so I really want to see what this is like, if I will like the quality. I really like the look of the middle shimmer over here. Then I also got a very new Catrice Cosmetics face palette. This is from a new collection called Bronze Away 2, and then they have different products in that collection. They also have an eyeshadow palette, they have a setting spray, and they also have a matte bronzer. That's a bit more on the cool tone side, and that one is matte. But I thought this face palette looked the most interesting. So this is what the face palette looks like. We have 4 baked powders. We have a bronzer that's a bit more warm and shimmery. 2 highlighters. One is a bit more warm, one is a bit more cool. And then also more of a satiny baked bronzer. I thought that this looked very interesting. The packaging feels very luxurious and this is only like 8-9 euros. This is really affordable, and then it looks like this. It looks very beautiful. It's a bit bulky though, but it looks very good. There was also an eyeshadow palette in this collection, but I was kind of like thinking about, should I get it, should I not get it, and then it was sold out. So maybe I will get that later, but for now I just got the face palette, which I was most excited about. And then I also actually got one of the Milani baked blushes. I have never tried any Milani blushes, but I've heard so many good things about them, and I was always just a little bit on the fence. Will I like it? I couldn't really like see them in real life. Like there's no Milani in store here, and I've been eyeing the Milani blushes for quite a long time, but I just didn't really know if I should get them, if maybe the packaging was a little bit too bulky, maybe I wouldn't love the formula that much, but I decided to just go ahead and try one. I'm really into blushes right now, and I want to slow down on buying blushes a little bit, but this one I couldn't resist. So that's kind of like the focus of this Get Ready With Me today. Now let's zoom in and let's start applying some makeup. So let's apply some eyeshadow primer. So I wanted to talk a little bit with you about my purchasing habits and my money spending habits when it comes to makeup, because I just wanted to update you a little bit. When I first started out my YouTube channel, I actually went about it way differently, and I did a Chatty Get Ready With Me, kind of talking about how I usually went about it. I feel like I told you at some point what I did, because when I started at that point I usually didn't buy makeup right away. When something new was released, I was like just watching a ton of reviews, thinking about it. I put it on like a wish list, and then I kind of thought about it for a long time and really wanted to see if I would remember the thing, if I would be still excited after like a month or so, or maybe a few months. Sometimes I bought things like after 6 months or even a year after they were released. And I was totally planning on doing that still like further into my YouTube channel. I was like, I want to not spend too much money on makeup. I still want to be responsible with my money and not really change the way I buy things. By the way, I'm not gonna talk too much about these products, but I will just show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna put this one in the crease, this shimmer on the lid, and this one in the inner corner. I'm just gonna keep it pretty simple. I just want to see what this quality is like. So I really had plans to do things a certain way, but of course, once you really are doing something, things can always change. Your mind can change. You can change your mind. You can say I'm never gonna do something and then end up doing that. And for the first few months, I actually didn't buy anything for review. I was still very convinced of what I thought at the beginning. This lilac looks pretty nice. Maybe not the most pigmented I've ever used in my life, but it's definitely good enough. I can build it up. So after the first few months that I was on YouTube, I've been on YouTube for like 7 months maybe. I'm not really like counting, but I've been on YouTube since November. And the first few months I was really like, I'm not gonna buy anything especially for review. I'm just gonna make videos about what I want to purchase for myself and then hope that people will watch it. But when you're on YouTube for a little bit, then you start to notice what works and what brands people want to see, what people are excited about. And you start to notice that there are some brands that people are just really, really excited about, and all of a sudden you get so many views. There are so many people that aren't your subscribers that all of a sudden find your video, because it's kind of like, sometimes it's like you make a video that nobody else has done just yet, but people are looking for it, or you're very fast with something, or there are a lot of videos in like Italian or Spanish or I don't know, other languages, and people are looking for English spoken videos, and you are the one actually doing those videos, and you start to notice. So I'm going into the darker purple, see how this will layer. And I feel like from the moment on that I've noticed that some brands do really well, that does influence what I buy. And I feel like first I just bought the things that I wanted, and I waited for quite a long time to actually do so. But now when I know something will get a lot of views and people are really excited about, and it's also a brand that I'm excited about, and they are releasing something that I'm pretty excited about, but usually maybe I would wait a little bit, maybe I would watch some reviews, maybe I would take some time to think about it. Should I really buy it? Now I often do buy it pretty quickly, because I know I'm excited about the brand, I know that people are gonna watch it, and I know that if I'm fast that I will get a lot more views and probably also some extra subs. And of course, I just really, really love YouTube. I just really love doing YouTube. YouTube is like my hobby. It's so fun. I love everything about doing this. Just the whole process of filming, thinking of video ideas, and editing. I even really like editing, making thumbnails. I just love the whole process of being on YouTube and producing YouTube content. I just think I just feel really inspired doing this. By the way, it's raining pretty hard. I hope you don't hear it too much. So let's get into that shimmer. It looks kind of like a lilac with a golden flip, and that's kind of like what I really, really love when it comes to duochromes. If I see that something has a lilac with a golden flip, I'm just like, give it to me. That really looks nice. That's a nice shade. So let's do that over here. That's a pretty creamy shade, not dry at all. That looks nice. But I feel like once you kind of know what people want to see, what could get a lot of views, it's kind of hard to detach yourself from that and look at it from a distance. And sometimes it's hard to tell if I want something just because of the review, or if I want something because I myself also really want it. And I'm feeling like I'm kind of on a journey to find the balance between those two things. I never buy things. I try to never buy things that really don't excite me. I want to do reviews on makeup that I will probably really like, but what I sometimes do is buy just one extra thing of a collection just to have the video be a little bit more complete. And I feel like that is kind of like the danger zone, like the gray zone. Should I do this? It kind of depends what it is. Kind of deepening up with the black. I don't want it to get too harsh, but I just want to see how this one works. So I feel like there's kind of like an extra dimension added to what I buy, because I also just really want to review things. I want to make good content for you. I want to make videos that people want to watch, that people are excited about, that I'm excited about. And often with new makeup, there's just this pretty small window where people are still looking for it a lot. Like, it kind of depends, but sometimes if you're posting a video after like a month, people aren't really gonna watch it anymore. And especially if you're a smaller YouTuber, it can be really beneficial for your channel if people look for your videos, find your videos, watch the video and be like, ah, okay, I can maybe subscribe to this person. I feel like bigger channels already have a following that will watch that video. When you're a smaller channel, you're more dependent on being fast, being the first, being one of the first, and you have to be a little bit smart about that, I feel. And for me, it's even more difficult than some people in the US, because I'm in the Netherlands and things don't really arrive here quickly. Take for example e.l.f. We do have e.l.f. here in the Netherlands, but it might take like 3 or 4 months for me to be able to buy any new e.l.f. makeup. So by that time, everybody has seen all the reviews, everybody has bought it that was interested, and it's done, it's over. People are no longer watching videos like that. So before YouTube, I really never bought the newest makeup, and I didn't really care about having the newest makeup. I just wanted to buy the makeup that I wanted, and if I still wanted something after 6 months, then that showed me that I really wanted it, and there wasn't that extra dimension or that extra factor that I now have to weigh in if it's gonna be something for my channel. Because I don't want to invest a bit in my channel, because I'm just really excited about it, but I also don't want it to get too out of hand, and I don't want to feel like I have to review everything. That's just not realistic. That's not what's gonna happen. And for now, I'm really not gonna be like a completely review based channel. I also really love just ranking older things, just showing some older favorites, Shop My Stash and also Project Pan. I really like those series. And I also never want to make you feel like you need to buy all the new makeup. I don't want to push that on you. I don't think we always need all the new things. And I don't want to make you feel like that. If you want to buy all the new things, you do you. But I don't want to force that on you. I don't want to tell you that you need anything. You don't need anything. I just want to show you some things that I'm excited about. And then you can pick and choose and just make a more informed decision. That's just my goal. And I personally also really love watching videos, watching reviews of makeup I'm not gonna buy, because I just want to stay informed. And I'm just really curious if things that are newly released are good quality. So I'm trying to give you like really exciting content, and I'm trying to buy the things that I'm really excited about to review and to swatch and to know about. And often I'm very influenced by what brand releases something. I'm pretty like brand loyal. If I like a brand, if I've tried a few things from a brand that I'm really into, then I'm much more likely to buy things from that brand again, even if the color story of a palette maybe isn't like my perfect one. So I guess the story here kind of is like, I wanna provide good content, but I also don't want to spend too much money, and money that I don't actually have. And I just want to find a balance with that. I just don't want to be the last to review everything. I don't feel like it's feasible anymore to put everything on a list and then buy it 6 months later. But I would love to hear your opinion about this. I just feel like this journey is pretty like natural to go through when you start doing other things with your makeup than just applying it whenever you feel like it. It feels a bit more like a job now. I feel a bit more responsible to actually try the new things that are exciting. By the way, I really like this eye look. It looks really good. I like how this purple's blended, and I think that shimmer on the lid looks pretty nice. This is a really cute palette. So let's get into Bronze Away to Costa Rica Baked Bronzing and Highlighting Palette. And I think, what should I do? This bronzer looks pretty scary. It definitely has a golden glow. This one looks more natural. I think I'm gonna start with the natural one and then maybe put a bit of that glowy one on top. This palette has a little bit of a scent, but I don't know if that's like the product or like glue or something. I don't know what's going on here. It's not too strong, but I do smell it. Okay, that looks pretty nice, pretty blended. I usually do really like baked products. I know some people think they are more dry, but I actually really like how they look on my skin usually. I really like this more natural bronzer for sure. This looks really good. That's really cute. Just adding some warmth. So that is the more natural one. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that more goldy one and see. Okay, that's really shimmery and more dark. I feel like a little goes a long way. I don't need a lot of this. I'm just gonna put this on my cheek. So this one is with the darker bronzer that's a bit more glowy. It's not like shimmery. When you first apply it, it's a bit scary, but then it looks pretty good blended out. Just start with a little bit and then you can always add more later. This is like really bronzy and golden with that golden sheen. I think only wearing this when you're going for a really bronzy look would also be pretty nice. Alright, so those are the bronzers. I quite like this. This looks good. Now let's get into the highlighters. So we have a more goldy toned one and a more pinky one. So this is the more goldy toned one and the more icy one. I think I'm just gonna take a little bit of that goldy one first. Ooh, it does pick up quite a lot on your brush and it's quite pigmented. That looks pretty nice. This one is a bit deeper, definitely, than that other one. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of the lighter one to really make it highlighty for me. This is really nice if you like a bit more of a golden highlight. I don't think this would really work for really fair skin tones. Alright, that looks pretty good. I like it. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the lighter one and just putting it on the highest points. That one is definitely more icy. The other one is definitely lighter. But I like that because you can kind of like mix it up and kind of see what works for your skin tone. These highlighters are really shiny. Catrice really does some great highlighters. They really know how to do like baked highlighters and also other types of highlighters and just cheek products in general. So that looks really glowy, really good. I really like how this looks right now. Pretty nice. If you like a shiny cheek, this is pretty good. Alright, let's go into the blush. I kind of got distracted. I kind of forgot what I was talking about. Sorry about that. So I'm just gonna take the blush and add a little bit of that. Let's see how pigmented this is. It seems to be a little bit between a berry and a terracotta shade. It's not like bam in your face terracotta. It still has a little bit of a more cool undertone, maybe. I think this is a very successful video with really nice products. I just love baked products. And this also just makes me look so bronzy, but also so glowy. I love it. But you know, I'm pretty like fine with spending a little bit more money on makeup because I just have a bit of a different goal with it now. It's just natural that it's changing because I do other things with the makeup. I don't just use it and that's it. I also show it to people. I also use it for videos. I also review it and I actually can make people help decisions. But I just feel like I shouldn't go overboard. I shouldn't start spending my money like this without reflecting on it and kind of seeing where I can kind of like dial it back a little bit, be a bit more careful. Just doing my brows. I just use one product for this, but I just love how it looks. So those are the brows done. I really love this look so far. So for the lips, I have nothing new. So I just wanted to use my Project Pan products. So I have the MAC Pro Longwear Lip Liner in Nice and Spicy. And then I have the MAC Matte Lipstick in the shade Mehr. So that looks quite dark and berry. Sometimes I wear this lipstick and I'm like, that's pretty nude. And sometimes I wear it and I'm like, wow, that is pretty impactful. Now last step, a little bit of setting spray. I use the Catrice Prime and Fix Spray. That is from the Clean ID line. Kind of drying it. I don't have anything else with me right now that would make it more easy to dry. Alright, so that is the finished look. That is everything all done. I just really liked the products that I've used today. This little palette is just so cute. I really like the quality actually. I got quite an impactful purple eye look and I really liked the shimmer. I really liked this Milani blush. I do have to use it a few more times, kind of use it with different products because I feel like I see a lot of the glow from that palette right now and I just want to try it with some other products and kind of see what it looks like on its own. But I really liked this little palette. I think the quality of this is really nice. I think the packaging is really cute. And I just think the products in here are just such a nice baked formula with such a nice glowy finish without being glittery. And this is so affordable and it has such cute packaging. It's just, you get 4 beautiful shades, 2 bronzers and 2 highlighters. You can go a little bit more natural, you can go a little bit more warm, you can kind of like mix and match. So I really like this. So let me just say one more thing to kind of close off this whole story that I've been telling. I just kind of want to hold myself accountable. I just want to be aware of the way that I spend my money and why I am doing that. I feel like I kind of have to hold myself back and find a balance, but on the other hand I don't really mind spending a little bit more to get out a really awesome video, because that's just also something that brings me joy about makeup right now. And I kind of wanted to give you an insight in what happens when you actually start a YouTube channel, and that it kind of changes your view on buying makeup as well. And also that you don't always have to buy all the things that YouTubers are buying. You don't need that much. You don't need to try all the things always. If you want to, you can do that. But it's just like makeup has a bit of a different role in the life of someone who is on YouTube, especially if they're making money with it. I'm not making money with my channel, but of course a lot of the YouTubers out there are. So that also really changes the dynamic, really changes how you look at makeup. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave your thoughts on this topic in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and then I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.